There are some frightening reminders tonight of the brutal 1989 violence in China's Tiananmen Square. Once again, students in Asia are leading a fight for freedom and democracy. This time, the scene is Indonesia, and once again, students are dying for their cause. At least 9 people killed today by Indonesian troops firing rubber bullets. CBS's Barry Peterson was in the middle of today's violence in Indonesia's capital city.
Through Jakarta's main business district, on streets usually traveled by bankers and businessmen, clashes raged all afternoon. Students facing off against soldiers firing blanks or rubber-tipped bullets. The students were joined by thousands of protesters angry about the collapse of this country's economy, an army of hungry and desperate people growing larger every day. One Indonesian opposition leader warned that the country seems on the brink of civil war. It seemed that way, too, with dozens wounded. Students are demanding more reforms from a special parliamentary meeting this week. Today, making some concessions to student pressure, they issued new rules for snap elections next spring. It was student protest and widespread rioting last May that ended President Suharto's 32-year autocratic reign. There was none of the burning or looting of previous riots. But there was all of the confrontation, all of the anger.
Indonesia's top general vowed that his army would take control of the streets and put what he called this mob down. Tonight there was no doubt he had every intention of carrying out that vow.
It's a grim backdrop for President Clinton's visit to Asia next week, to a region hoping American leadership can help restore shattered economies and ease political turmoil, and bring countries like Indonesia back from the brink. Barry Peterson, CBS News, Jakarta.
There is concern that Asia's economic contagion could spread to Latin America, posing even more danger to the world's economy. But today, a big step designed to prevent that. The International Monetary Fund, the IMF, approved $42 billion worth of loans to Brazil, the biggest economy in Latin America. One of Brazil's biggest trading partners is the United States, which will provide up to $5 billion. Straight ahead here on CBS, the government